Hello watchers, I'm Jacob. Today in this video, let me share my thoughts on mass collective delusion things, if you will. I mean, being genuine yourself and AI technology, masquerading things, right? As a person who struggle to walk away from the delusion very hard for last 10 years, from my delusion of intoxication things, and only to face the reality of the world collectively heading for the mass collective delusions with the AI technology, and even the collective illusion seems to be encouraged by all the nations and states in the world. And to me, it's a very awkward feeling, because as a person who experienced that delusion or hallucination, whatever you say, I mean, which way you put delusion or hallucination or illusion, it is not real. It is not genuine, right? Anyway, it's fake. And the thing is, the images, like those videos created by AI technology, whatever the technology it is. I mean, there are so many these days, right? And actually, those images and videos things, right? That is the thing you would experience through those hallucination of your intoxication of drug, alcohol, or psychedelic, whatever. I believe it appear, very similar way. Those unrealistic or so exquisite, but in a way, like, seems so real, sounds so real. You cannot tell it apart whether it is real things or fake things, right? During your hallucination, right? And it really leaves me very bewildering feelings. You know, like, I don't know where I am standing at right now, and I was the one who very similarly experienced those images. You know, even sounds like, look like visions, right? Hallucinatory visions. Anyway, it's not real anyway. And you know, these days I also watch so many internet slops and fake images, something like that, and fake video broadcasting from very, like, well-known or famous or very significant, figures from all over the world, right? And then, like, you have to be very, very careful. You have to try very hard to tell it apart, whether it is real thing or fake things, right? And then we are in the state, basically you cannot tell if they don't put any watermark or of, you know, the fact is AI generated images, whatever, right? And the thing is, and another part, main part is we are in the world, living in the world, in each those devising or creating your own identity in a very masqueraded way. Like I'm a little bit lost here myself also because to me it's really like very awkward feeling. I honestly I feel very awkward, not very comfortable, and very bewildering. You know, and for example, like when I decide to start this English YouTube channel, I also thought about it, like which way I would go. Right? I mean, I could use some AI program to imitate my own image, my own voice in complete perfect English version, no problem at all. And there are so many programs out there, right? And it's not, so kind of it's not very hard to find one, right? And then to me, I mean that temptation is not that simple. And like anyway, until I start my own genuine version of myself put into the video, you don't know, right? You don't know, I mean, who I am, absolutely no idea. And I'm completely new one, and to the, YouTube world, if you will. And I also very tempted, to masquerade myself for the, like, better version of me, better identity of me, something like that. But I was thinking that, you know, I'm the person who have struggled to be sober, to walk out of the delusional state very hard, last for 10 years. And now I'm taking another version of delusion to myself. To me, it sounds very ridiculous. You know, it's really absolutely ridiculous thing. So I decide to stay as I am, although I don't, I don't love myself. I mean, I'm that type of person from, you know, my childhood, my little hometown, all the family upbringing, bringing things, and I was brought up in a whole phonetic, like religious family thing, and then I hate myself a lot of things, right? And like you know all the defects I have, I don't want to talk about here. But and to me also, it was a very irresistible temptation to clone another, much decent or much powerful version of me. That temptation, and then or at least like masquerade myself to be more like attracting, maybe. Anyway, I'm overall, I have to say, I'm also, in a way, very, like, you know, feeling very awkward, in a way, very bewildered, and the conflict within myself. And maybe the world will have to live on right now and coming very near future. Maybe it will be completely different version of the world which we ever imagined, right? To most of us. And the feeling is very awkward anyway. I mean, I used to be in delusional state very seriously because of my intoxication, and work out of it being sober, only to face another delusional, collectively delusional world. That is very bewildering to me. And you know, there's another thing, right? What it is, okay, if you are in some delusional state because of some intoxication of drug or alcohol or psychedelic, whatever, right? If you are before, right? If you are saying that things to people around you, they will tell you you may must have hallucination now or you are delusional, and people around you will clarify, what is real, what is fake. But the thing is, right now, what we are experiencing or what we are encouraged is, okay, you have some hallucination or some delusion, right? And you ask someone, somebody around you or some people around you, even not only one, to many people, all the people maybe around you, ask, that thing, whether it is real or fake, no one knows. And they are having same problem, right? And then most of them believe it's not delusional, it's real, genuine things, right? Because they cannot tell it apart, what is what, something like that. And that delusional state is not only individually limited to you, it, you know, dominate everybody around you, and it becomes total, like, collective delusion state, if you will. That kind of feeling, right? I'm witnessing that state of the world just out of my personal delusion, and then only to face the world which in collective delusion. So it's very bewildering. I don't know where to stand at, and I'm not very sure about this fact, whether I have to follow the wave or whether I have to resist. I don't know. Very honestly, I'm also very at a loss and just trying to stay as sober as possible, but it's very awkward feeling, and I'll figure it out. I mean, which way I have to go anyway. I mean, during the course of time of development of these things. And I think many of you, especially like, our age range, like 40, 50, 60, something like that, right? Even younger people, I also noticed that they are also very confused, and, you know, and something, not sure, not, I'm not very certain about my own judgment, and like maybe we are living in the complete confusion, complete chaos. And but the one thing I can say is I'm feeling very is ominous. In somehow I don't know how to put, but very feeling ominous feeling. I hope we can still stay sober. We can still stay awake. I don't know, but we will see. Let's stay awake and let's stay sober. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.